Hello and welcome to the stream. To number. Oh wait, that's me. Hey, professional. Wait, why do you say? Yeah. Let me get Lothar here. Number 49 of the Digital Homicides. Number 49 of the cast. Hi Lothar.
Hi Triton.
Hi Lothar.
Hi Triton. Are we up?
There we go. Okay, I found it. Yeah, the thing is, I never have speakers or headset active on my stream PC, so I didn't know where I heard myself from. Because, well, I don't know. I don't care normally. Okay, now let me switch over here. Yay, professional! Wait. Huh? What happened to you? Wait a second. There we go. Yay!
I'm back!
Yay! And look how perfect our green screens work.
Well, yeah. This time, two at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Because I didn't set that. When I started the scene earlier, I was like, wait a second. Why is my green screen looking like that? Why do I see my green screen? Yeah, it was still the old filter. So, okay. Anyway, today's topic is 2024. Hello. What's going on with you?
We still need to look at some closure to 2023. Like, we know results for what's for Steam Awards. We know results for Game Awards, and we know a bunch of other rewards that looks like people gave. People choose one game over another because it's just working or for some other cosmic reason.
Yeah, yeah, it just works, but that game actually didn't work. So, well, it worked, but it was not innovative, and
You're still salty about that.
who isn't? I mean, come on. Why is that showing? Oh, wait a second. Why is that?
Yeah, I have something above my head.
Yeah, I just realized it. Let me cut it off. Here we go. There you go. I don't know why that was there. Alright, yeah. Yeah, sure, everybody's salty about that, I think. Besides Bethesda.
Yeah, Bethesda probably dancing like, we're not the losers!
Yeah. At least they still can dance, because sadly Microsoft slightly pisses me off at the moment, because they laid off 1900 employees related to Blizzard and stuff. The Blizzard CEO was kicked as well. That was actually
good.
Yeah, that was a good decision. But that was already clear. If they would acquire Blizzard, that dude will be the first leaving.
We thought that Todd Howard would be out of the gate, but he's still kicking. But Blizzard CEO and Bobby Kotick, I'm not sure if Bobby Kotick already gone or will be gone.
He will be gone. He had an initial, I think, 2 years or so that he will stay and then leave. Something like that. Well, Todd didn't do any sexual harassment and stuff like that, as far as I know. So.
Well, yeah, he's just a dumbass.
But yeah, he should be kicked finally. But hey, oh no, wait, actually, Microsoft kicked not just people from Blizzard. Yeah, because I read from somebody who used to be community manager for 5 years for Bethesda and Fallout 76, not working there anymore. So also part of those who lost their job.
Well, probably because Fallout 76 losing audience.
Yeah, but that's still Bethesda, the same company. So if you have a good employee for 5 years, why let them go? You know. Yeah, Bethesda, but Bethesda,
Microsoft working in a mysterious way.
yeah, sadly. Fallout 76 still gets updates and stuff, so
Yeah, it's not Anthem.
well. Okay, Vito Way, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, we can talk about that list that I sent you, like mid-January, I guess, from Second Wind.
Yeah,
Or we can just go through Steam list, because we already know the results, so we already know that it's bullshit, and we can go through this and then go to that list that makes sense.
Oh, can we? Is there actually a link to the awards still somewhere?
We can find that. That's for sure.
Well, let's go. Starfield, that did get that award, right?
Give me a sec, I'll send you the link. I'm not sure it butchered. Second one.
You cannot click on that in Steam anymore.
Well, yeah, when what was that? When sale ended, they just put it away.
Yeah, I know, but still, if you go to the game itself, it should still show. Yeah, the thing is, I cannot. I need to open it on the PC that I can show, and that's not this one. So.
Oh yeah, different PC.
Wait, let me post it here. Oh, can you post it in Twitch chat, please? Because I'm not logged in.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks. Because now I can just pull the link into Steam and that opens it in Steam then. So stupid.
Oh yeah, I can send you through Steam. I didn't think about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh yeah. While I'll get this in front of my eyes, I want to mention one thing. Stalker 2 was delayed again.
Well, it does have its date, September 24th or something.
It delayed for 5th time at this point.
Yeah, it was supposed to be released April 2022, I think.
Yeah. And the last date was 3rd quarter of 2024.
Yeah, but at least they didn't name a date anymore. But seriously, how can they say April 2022 when they have to release it over 2.5 years later?
Because Stalker 1 was promised to be released in 2023, then it was delayed till 2024, then it was delayed to 2025, 2003, 2003, then it was delayed to 2004, and basically it was released into 2006.
Yeah, and to be honest, what they do now completely destroyed the interest that I had left for Stalker 2. I lost all interest. Now I lost completely all interest because it will be the same shit show that we had with the first Stalker. It will be a buggy mess that will have bugs and glitches, performance will be shit, and it will take another 2 years to have modders fix the game. The game will be shit on release, trust me.
And I will tell you for sure that Stalker 2 would not be modded at all, because developer copyright stroke several big modifications for Stalker, original Stalkers. They basically hunting down a lot of Russian modders, so they already shoot away community from Stalker 2.
Yeah, even worse. I don't care for the game anymore. I really don't.
And the thing is, they still claim that they in Ukraine while they in Slovakia.
Okay. Yeah, nah, but it's the exact same shit show when it comes to release like the last time. Why can they not just shut their fucking mouth, show a few screenshots, promote that
They
it
can't show screenshots. People who have ties in Russian sector of game, in Russian speaking side of game industry. Yes, we have developers, but they working in other big studios for most of the time. So
yeah, but you can show screenshots of the game and then
the
a
thing
month
is,
before it's released.
yeah, I know. The thing is, Stalker 2 in the state of day before.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. There are already screenshots.
Those are screenshots with interface and basically nothing else.
I saw several screenshots from the game, and they made me interested because it's Unreal 5. Well, back then it was not fully Unreal 5. They just used a few things. But
They started with Unreal 4, then they declared delay because they needed to fix some stuff. Then they declared delay because they transferring from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5.
and that's the screenshots that I've seen, and I was like, oh, okay, looks nice.
Hey,
But at this point, and if they restrict modding, then they can seriously go F themselves. But it's
they will not restrict modding, as I think, but they already scared away most of the modders.
yeah.
Because, surprise, surprise! Russian-speaking audience is the most active modding community for Stalker games.
Yeah, but I don't really care. So they can release it, they cannot release it, I don't care. But should I ever should I ever make a game, I will say the release date like 2 weeks or a month ahead. Not like, oh yeah, I think I can release it in 2 months and say the date, and then 3 months later, oh fuck, the game is not even finished. So that's
We
just
have
bullshit.
another game that it's baking right now. So far, this game going to be exclusive for Russian region. I'm not going to buy this game because I'm not going to use the store they're going to sell it on. But if I can pirate it, I will pirate it. And I maybe talk about this game on the stream.
Yeah, what game?
Because they promised go from tech demo to till full release in half of the year.
Which
And
game?
that's supposed to be an action RPG like Diablo.
Which game?
It doesn't have. Let me try to find the screenshot with the name.
What's the
I don't know how to name it because I'm not sure how this period is named in English-speaking historical community.
Yeah, when was it?
It was. It basically was during the after Ivan the Fourth died.
How many years ago?
Yeah, it was hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, but that makes a difference because the Dark Ages had a time span, and you know, the Roman Empire and shit. So
Uh,
what
I
was it? 1200? Was it 1700? Was it 300? That
give
makes
me a sec.
kinda difference how it's called.
It was, I guess, late six. No. It was either late 16th century or the start of 17th century.
Was it still Renaissance?
I'm not sure. In our time frame it called a bit of a different way. Because after Ivan the Fourth died, we had some another emperor, and after that emperor died, it's almost crumbled.
Okay. Yeah, I was slightly off. Renaissance ended 1620.
Where the heck a good shot?
And
Should I?
after that, it was.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll use picture from Wikipedia.
Okay, I don't know the Baroque. I guess it's the English term. I'm not sure if that's.
Ah, heck.
Yeah. Baroque. I don't know how to say it. But wait, am I logged in here? Yes. Like this. that came after Renaissance. Damn, that's all been a while.
Yeah. Well, in cosmic time, it was like yesterday.
Yeah, true. It's like a second, but when I learned about that shit in school, that's what I mean. Learned about all that.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best prom material I could find with Google search.
Oh, why is chat? The heck? Chat was moved somewhere. Yeah, that's where you belong. Let me block that. There we go. But moved by accident. Okay, Steam Awards before we continue
Wander
to talk
into something else.
all over the
Also,
place.
the next month will be release of Persona 3 Reloaded. So next month is I'm going to have a talk about Persona.
Oh boy, yeah, Tactics doesn't look like a game I would really like to play just because
I
of the characters.
completely missed the release of Tactics. I learned about the release of Tactics when I heard that it's the best Tactics game strategy turn-based tactical RPG that was released in 2024 or probably during the year. Trust me, it's not.
Yeah. Besides that, it's not my type of game. I'm not into that Final Fantasy type of fighting with enemies there.
To be fair, it can't be named Final Fantasy types of battle because
Yeah,
this
but
type of battle was used in Final Fantasy only in Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
No, the older ones as well.
No, only those two.
Yes, because I saw a speedrun of it.
Wait, it's not
Final
one that
Fantasy,
I think that.
I think it was 7 or so.
Well, Final Fantasy VII is classical battle.
Well, I could. Wait. I can. Wait. Yeah, I don't know what the last page was that I had opened the browser, so I'm not gonna open it.
It's Fire Emblem. It's Fire Emblem Final Fantasy Tactics style. It's not Final Fantasy style.
Well, enemies on the one side, boss on the other side. That was the fight, and it was definitely Final Fantasy, and none of the two that you said. It was, I don't know, 5 or 7 remake or whatever bullshit. I have no idea, seriously. Oh, by the way, Final Fantasy VII Remaster or remake, I don't get it. Releases another part soon.
Who cares? I'm not.
I don't.
If I'm going to buy Final Fantasy VII as a whole, well, as a whole package, so I basically need to wait for like 30 years for Square to finish that remaking Final Fantasy VII. That's the first thing. Second thing, I'm not spending 7,000 rubles on first part of Final Fantasy VII, and probably the same amount of money on the second part of Final Fantasy VII.
It's, what is it, 2 or 3 parts then?
It was 3 discs, but part that was remade, it was only 1/3 of the first disc.
Yeah. I mean, the release now. Are those 2 or 3 games? Until it's finished.
I have no fucking idea, because as I told you, what they released, it was 1/3 of the first disc. So if they're going to go with the same pace, it's going to be the second third of the first disc.
So basically, yeah, I don't need that mic, by the way. So basically, once that game is finished, you will pay like 200 euros or so to get the whole Final Fantasy VII experience.
It's already $70 per one game.
Yeah.
So we have 3 discs with current pace, and I guess it's going to be around 500 euros.
Why do they? I mean, yeah, no, never mind, because they're greedy motherfuckers. But seriously, why do they drag that game so much?
I have no idea.
But I read about, well, I didn't read the full article, but they do add new areas and new stuff to the game. So
True,
it's not,
they did.
Not a one-to-one remake or remaster. It's a remake, so it's not really just a remaster, but hey,
but still, pay $500 to get the same experience, but enhanced from a game from 1997 or 1998 is kinda off.
Yeah, okay, but they completely remake it and it looks completely different. So
True.
It's basically a new game, but still splitting a story that much. Episodic games are already shit, but if you do it like this, it kind of reminds me of the new Mission Impossible movie, which is also a 2-part movie or so. I hate that. You watch that and then you have to wait for another year or so to see the next part. It's
like the Dune.
Yeah, that's the same bullshit. So until you see the next part, you forgot already what happened in the first part, so you kind of have to watch that again.
Yes, and besides that, I know the story of Final Fantasy VII because I played the original. I can't spoil the story, but people who played only the remake, I can spoil the story for them.
Yeah, like somebody dying who people will
yes, and about. Somebody will die either during this game or during this third part of this game.
And I can understand why people were mad about that. I mean, I'm not into Final Fantasy, so I don't have an emotional connection to that. But even I, as somebody who never played the game, know exactly that sequence in Final Fantasy VII. I know the whole sequence. I've seen it more than once. So
yeah,
I know the pop cultural impact it had back in the day, and it might have the same impact, maybe a bit more, because now the characters look way more sophisticated and high class.
I think it's going to have a more emotional impact because you've spent not one disc with that character, but at least 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, that's it. You wait a while.
It's going to be even more devastating.
Maybe. Because you wait and then...
It's basically going to be Optimus Prime death from Transformers the movie, the animated movie.
Yeah, kind of. I guess. I don't know. I just know a little bit about the story and stuff. So, but yeah, that was a really, really bold move to do something like that.
Yes, and for me, when I saw that first-handed, it was like, fuck, I need to find a new healer for the party.
You just saw the practical stuff. No emotion, just okay. Fuck, I need a new employee. Yeah, replacement. Take that one away. It's not working anymore. Fuck.
Well, it was an emotional impact, but after emotional, I was hit with practical.
Yeah, I understand that. Oh boy. Okay, let's go through the list. Well, Baldur's Gate. I don't know. I read so much good stuff. It's so weird. I just read another review from somebody on my list, and I was like, "Are you guys playing the same game as everybody else?" And then I read the report in the magazine I buy, and again I'm like, "Guys, huh?" It's weird. I have 3 or 4 friends who played it, who see it like you, who are like, "Huh, that's nice try," but and then you have others. Oh yeah, best RPG ever. And I had one friend who's apparently a hardcore D&D player, and he was like, why do I have to roll this with a D20? Why can't I roll that with a... oh my god. And I was like, holy shit. That's stuff that somebody like me will never know, because, I mean, I know a bit about D&D, but he was like, yeah, uses the rules from 2.5 whatnot and mixes in this and that doesn't work. And I was, okay.
You know, what I told you before about Baldur's Gate 3 is Baldur's Gate 3 is good set of set pieces. When those set pieces working as intended, it's great. But it's only great if you are just here for the show. If you manage to make a sequence break, game not like it.
Yeah, I might get it at some point just for shit like that. But I also saw a few really, really nice things that you don't really see like that in other games. The possibilities that you have, how to do a mission basically. And I saw
I know.
one fight that was insane. It was a boss fight where one character, I think it was, I don't know, it was a bard or something, some weird character that was not really the best fighter. And she was holding a health potion or something in her hand. And the last attack, both basically died. And she fell to the ground, and her potion fell to the ground and healed her for 1 HP. So she basically survived that fight. And the idea alone that dropping the health potion would heal you so you don't have to drink it, that's crazy. I mean, you have to think about that, or even know that that's possible. Or I read about another mission where you had to get into a town or something. You could bribe the guard, you can attack the guard, you can try to get in with a carriage or something, or you can walk around, then you find a few boxes, you can staple those boxes on top and just get up on the boxes and jump over the wall. So you have a shit ton of different possibilities, and that's what interests me about the game. Mostly that, and the impact that your decisions have on your party, because when I get it, I want to be an asshole. Normally I only play good guys and I don't kill anybody, but in Baldur's Gate I want to be the meanest, baddest asshole possible. Killing
Wanna
everybody.
be meanest, baddest possible, pick rogue trader.
Yeah, I'm going rogue anyway. I always go rogue. So.
No, I mean literally, pick Warhammer Rogue Trader. That's the game that will provide you not only with experience of an asshole, but experience of true psychopath.
Good. Well, so
And
yeah.
not just psychopath with license to be a psychopath, and nobody can say your word.
Okay, nice. Okay, well, okay. Game of the year, yeah. I don't know. I cannot judge it, so I have no idea.
Well, I have something to say about this game, but I really need to play more a bit of it before I can tell a lot. Because so far, all I saw between early access version and released version is that they mainstreamed a lot of things. They censored themselves, they cut some content, and then they released it. And they cut content that already existed. So
Okay.
content was already in the game, it was implemented, it worked fine, but they got scared of broad how should I say it, broad appeal or something like that. So they decided either cut stuff or censor it.
What was it?
I'm not going to go into specifics, but at the start of the game, you're creating two characters. One, the character that is your character, and the second character that will appear in your dreams. During early access, this character was named kind of like person of your dreams, seductor, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it were really light rope or dress, and was and sexual tension was implemented, implied. But during release version of the game, they pseudo removed sexual tension, but it still exists in voiceover and in scenes that exists.
Okay.
Character even dressed in a different way.
Okay. Yeah, okay, maybe, I don't know. I mean, yeah, with a lot of stuff going on the last few years, with Me Too movement and whatnot, and maybe they just
During
not...
Me Too movement, they basically implemented mechanics that community know as you can sleep with everyone.
Yeah, okay. It depends how it is possible in the game.
I still don't know how it is possible, but I know that it's possible.
No, I mean, I don't think that you can force somebody in the game. That's what I
Oh,
mean.
in that way, yeah, it's not possible. I tried.
But when it comes to a dream, you're basically not conscious in that moment, so that might have been the reason why they removed that part.
The thing is that no, I'm not going deeper into the lore
We don't know.
of
We don't
that
know.
character because it's basically a spoiler.
Yeah, but we don't really know their decision why they did it. But
Yeah, we don't know the decision.
I guess they wanted to make sure that they don't get a shitstorm for that or something.
They didn't get it during early access, so
Yeah, but that's not a finished product yet.
yeah.
That can still be changed without really annoying too many people. Because when you see what they did with what was the game? I just saw it not too long ago. It's some kind of a brawler where you play with it's a comic style and with a lot of female characters. And after around 10 plus years or so, they censored the art book and
Skullgirls.
Huh?
Skullgirls.
Yeah, Skullgirls, exactly. And that's just, I mean, it was from another time. I just saw a video about movies and TV shows from the 70s and 80s here in Germany, I mean, hey, you couldn't show that anymore. Or movies that were those spoof movies like the Airplane movie or stuff like that before Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen. You couldn't show them anymore because, well, they use terms and stuff that are just not accepted or not acceptable anymore these days.
Naked Gun's still great.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, it will get a new one. It will be rebooted with
Shit.
No, not with what was his name? Frank Drebin. Not with him, but his son. So it's not a one-to-one remake or something. It's new but based on it. And
I'm already a bit worried about that because I did see Scraps when I saw the original run of Scraps.
yeah.
And when they rebooted the series with, I don't remember how that new series was called, but I do remember the interview with original actors of original Scraps. They were like, yeah, we used to joke about stuff that if we joke about now, it would be like, yeah, we would be suited for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's with a lot of shows. When was there a remake from Scrubs?
Not a remake, but some sort of continuation.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know that, yeah. That was basically after they well, Scrubs is as long as you're a doctor still in education. Hey Baron, welcome. How are you? Why do I sound weird? I don't know. How do I sound? Might be because my filters on the mic really soft. Oh baby.
ASMR.
Yeah, exactly. That's weird because my mic is not using broadcast. I know that broadcast is a bit weird, but well, I don't know. I have to check the what. I sound mono again. Or stereo. What now? Am I mono or stereo? It's a slight difference between those two. Only a slight difference.
Tiny bit.
One gives you the feeling that something with your hearing is wrong, and the other is like, it's okay. Oh, really? Let's see. That's something with my mic.
I'm in stereo.
Did OBS mess up my... Nah, that's fine. That should be fine. I had that with my other scene as well, but where's it? Well, I can set it to mono. Then you hear it from
Yeah,
both.
Baron is right. You're just coming from the left channel.
Weird. Okay, now it's mono. Now it should be from both sides.
I'll try to speak.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Hey, thanks for telling me, because I barely watch what's after I did the stream, so if nobody's here telling me, I know that in my other scene I had the same issue, and I think I had to set it to mono there as well.
Yeah, now you're going through both channels.
Volume up a bit. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Where is it here? La la la. What the heck? The fuck? Get louder. I don't know why it's just in our scene here. I mean, the mic is at the same right position, and I basically have to scream in here. What the fuck? Seriously, I'm like +8.
On the stream, you just slightly lower than I'm hearing you.
Yeah, it should be Yeah, it's almost your volume now. The slider. Weird. Okay, anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about next game on the list.
Labyrinthine, yeah, I have no idea about that. I actually have no idea about that game.
Same here.
1 to 4 player online puzzle
What's
horror
the
game.
category?
VR game of the year.
Ah.
So
Yeah, okay. I'm just throwing the towel. I have nothing to say about a VR game.
I guess it goes a bit in the direction of Phantasmophoria.
Oh yeah, I guess what you're talking about.
So yeah, there have been a few nice finalists, but either one was kind of okay.
Yeah, speaking of nice finalists in one game that definitely not.
Yeah, well, no, they all kind of make sense. So that's the one category where I don't have to complain too much about the choices that are in there. And I was actually
We already complained about choices.
Yeah, but this is still the one category where every game kinda has a right to be in there. And I'm seriously surprised about F1.
Even F1?
Yeah, sure. There is no racing in VR is an extreme niche, but really extremely good. I played a few games in VR, racing games, and it's fucking awesome. There's nothing better than a race game in VR. There's just...
I'm not complaining about racing game. I'm more complaining about that mark of the developer right here.
Yeah, the Formula 1 series actually in EA games is a good one. And this one is actually good. I read a review about it and it's a pretty good one actually.
Yeah, okay.
I'm kind of tempted and it looks really, really good. Not just in VR, but in VR, it's just another step up. So I don't mind as long as there's no FIFA in here. That would be bad. Ancient Dungeon. You should get Asgard's Wrath 2. That's what you have to get. You never played a racing game in VR. Check out if you have Dirt Rally 2 or something like that. I played that.
Dirt Rally 164 gigabytes with all DLCs.
Really?
Yes.
Anyway, it's awesome. I played it in seated VR, and when you drift, you look to the side out of the window. It's awesome. Really, you have to try that. It's really, really good. Okay, Labor of Love. Yeah, we already pissed on that game.
Yeah, not deserved, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rockstar officially abandoned this game.
A friend of mine was the same. He was like, when he saw that, he was like, huh? Why? Just patching a game is not labor of love. I mean, it's not like they said, hey, here, have a new prairie area or have a new mountain area or I don't know. Whatever bullshit. I don't play that game, so.
Or have a freaking civil mod for the game that will shield you from some assholes who will try to kill your horse.
Wasn't it Asgard's Wrath? I check it out again. They just released the new version of it that's basically counted as the best VR game at the moment. Yeah, exactly. That might be a Quest exclusive at the moment. Yeah, that's why I don't find it.
I think it's Quest exclusives.
Yeah. It looks really, really good. A friend of mine bought a Quest 3 too. And
Meta Store.
And another one bought a used one as well. Is there a tip or workaround for pairing problems with the Quest? Do you know? Because he does have issues with it, and I was like, yeah, he bought a used one, so maybe that's the issue why that person sold it. So, yeah, it looks awesome. I have the original Asgard's Wrath and played it a little bit. Need to play it more. So, yeah. Okay, wait, where's that? Yeah, okay. Okay, Red Dead Redemption, yeah, no idea, I didn't play it, so.
What I can tell, it's basically abandoned game.
Yeah, it's weird. If there would have been GTA 5, that would have made much more sense. Because they release
GTA
updates
5
and...
also don't make a lot of sense because GTA 5 turned into a milking cow in the last
That doesn't matter.
4 or 5 years.
That's not the point of that award. That award is the point of a company and a game that gets new content for years after release. That's
if we talk about it like that, then yes, it's count. But if we talk about labor of love, then no, it's labor of greed.
Well, whatever. I mean, they produce content for the gamers. Sure, they want to make money, but if they wouldn't...
They'd not produce a good experience for online players. That's for sure.
Well, it depends what kind of online player and where you want to play. I mean, I played it early on and I was, well, obviously, meeting hackers that sniped me from I don't know where before I even had a pistol and shit. So, I did play a bit of it and it was fun, but if you don't play on a private server or on an RPG server, GTA Online makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that's true. Because right now, servers are even more infested than they used to be.
And, the one thing you can use GTA for is as a hub for different other games, like those race games and whatever they have.
Oh yeah, that's true.
As special in there. So if you have a handful of friends, there's a shit ton of stuff that you can do in the game. And you don't have to pay for it 1 cent. So that's the cool thing. Yeah, sure, a lot of content kinda costs the shark card money or whatever bullshit. But basically most of the stuff that you get is free content. So, and that counts as labor of love for me. If it's just
well,
paid
basically,
content,
as long as there is community to make this content, it's fine.
For me personally, I mean, I'm happy that it was in there, at least in the list, Deep Rock Galactic. They started with a battle pass as a joke against games that sell a battle pass every few months. Battle pass is free in Deep Rock Galactic, and every season brings new enemies, new mission types, new shit.
Yeah, I played story missions of this season. It was awesome.
I think we're at season 4 or so, and it's awesome. So, yeah, I need to play it again. I played the last 2 events, and oh yeah, you have to log in until I think end of January or end of February to get that helmet. Just logging in, that's enough. And I didn't get the Christmas event stuff because I played Avatar. Oh, Baron, did you read the stuff that I sent you on Steam? You have to try the Unreal Engine VR injector mod. You can play Unreal 4 and 5 games in VR, and it's awesome. Alright, so yeah, maybe next year Deep Rock Galactic. Who knows? We will see. Best game on the Steam Deck Awards. I still don't know and understand why you would play a game that is a beast when it comes to hardware requirements. Why you would play
it's not
that?
just a beast. It can make your computer lag with all those particle effects that you have. And that's a PC.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have a game that looks that good, and Hogwarts can look really good. It's basically the last Unreal 4 engine game where they quenched out every single bit of possible effects and whatever. But
yeah.
why would I play that on a teeny tiny display? That's not even 16:9 resolution. The resolution is what pisses me off the most about the Steam Deck. It just makes no sense. 16 by 10. It's like 15, 20-year-old aspect ratio. Nobody uses that anymore. But yeah. I gave up on Hogwarts, even on my gaming laptop with low graphical lags like hell. Really? Still? Wow. Okay. It's so weird that some developers don't really... If I look at Avatar, the performance of Avatar and the way it looks is
I managed to run it on my PC in mid-range settings.
Hogwarts?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mid to low range.
I'm absolutely not interested in the game.
Well, I can't buy this game, so it's not like I paid for it.
Yeah. I'm not even interested in trying it out and see how it runs on my PC. There's nothing in that game that appeals to me. Absolutely nothing. I
read Harry Potter and I watched Harry Potter, so for me it was a good experience, just for that.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to do anything with Harry Potter, that's the thing. It has to
It's still Hogwarts.
Yeah, it's Hogwarts, but it's all
I explored that castle at least in 3 games. Okay, 4 if you count Gauntlet of Fire, but still we don't speak about Gauntlet of Fire.
It's definitely not a Harry Potter fan game.
Well, fire shit.
You do need the books to have all the background to know what's even going on there. There are so many terms and stuff where, I mean, I know a few from the movies, obviously, but I never read a book. So to me, that game would be... I have no idea about that universe, so it makes no sense for me to even touch that game. And it didn't really appeal to me. I mean, I don't mind to play kids or teenagers, depending on the game, but in that game, I don't know. It's just too much kids. I don't know. I don't know. It's fun, looks great, but it runs like shit. I only saw the movies, but I find the game fun. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it looks nice and all, but the whole stuff, the whole enemies, and I don't know. It's just not my universe.
And well, enemies don't make sense to me as well, but it makes a little bit more sense if you count who was enemies in first games of Harry Potter. So yeah.
Yeah, well...
They kind of forced, but at least it's justified.
It's not a game that I'm gonna get. I don't see a point in even installing that. I'd rather install Witcher 3 finally and play that after like 10 years or 9 years. Okay, moving on. Better with Friends Awards. Yeah, I guess that's one of the games that I'm okay with.
I would say that you must have friends to play it and not better with friends.
That's the thing. That's exactly the thing. A pure co-op game should not be in there. That's the thing. A game should be single player.
It's not like you can't play with randoms, but at least from friends you know who will backstab you.
Yeah, you cannot play it alone. That's the thing. You cannot even play it alone. But okay, yeah, if you see it like that, yeah, it's obviously more fun with people that you know than playing that with publics. So okay, it's kinda okay. Then if you look at it like that, it does make sense. It's like Counter-Strike is also more fun with friends than publics. So if you look at it like this, yeah, okay, it makes sense. Then it's definitely justified. That's a game I really would like to play. I saw a few videos and oh my god, that looks like so much crazy fun. Stupid situations happening. You don't...
I would say yes, that it looks interesting, but yeah, I would still don't touch this game with... For me, it's basically Among Us 2.0.
Nah. Because you play together. Among Us is against everybody. Everybody is for its own, basically. In this game, you help each other. Yeah, sure, you can.
Yeah, I know.
Kill somebody, but it's basically like,
you have Stone Mask from JoJo in this game. How can I take this game seriously?
It's a joke game. It's not meant to be really serious.
I know.
You have to. It's a game where you're supposed to have fun. That's basically it.
That's why I'm saying that it's Among Us.
Yeah, but with a different. I cannot come up with the game I'm thinking about where you play like a squishy character and you have to hold onto stuff with the controller and it's physics based. God damn it! What's the name? A game where you have fun and outrageous. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely unknown concept for games like.
I don't remember
I don't know.
the game, but it's you have similar looking characters in it, and I don't know the freaking name of the game. Yeah, okay, they're more squishy.
I think I know what game you're talking about, but I'm not sure. That game already fell out of the radar years ago.
Yeah, that came out. That doesn't even count. But it's also going a bit in the same direction. It used to be a single player game, now you can play it in co-op, and it's so stupid fun. Because of the physics and the shit that you don't expect. I was holding a TV and I think Omega was in chat and he was like, throw it through the window or something, and neither of us was sure if that would even work. And I think I threw it and didn't let go or something. And I threw the TV through the window and I was flying with it, basically. Just shit like that, hilarious. Isn't this compared much to Phasmophobia? Yes and no, I guess. It's less going in the horror direction.
No, it's really leaning in the horror. I would say that compared to Phasmophobia, it's much easier to understand. You're just going in to collect stuff.
Yeah, I think Phasmophobia is more realistic, where you have to talk to the ghost and whatnot and shit like that.
Yeah, and it's much more complicated to get in.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, let's say that it took me several videos to realize that people have objectives written inside of the van.
Ah, okay. Yeah, and it's more. I think Lethal Company is more an area-based game, and Phasmophobia is kind of always in a house. So it's a bit limited to the things that you can do. Physics doesn't really play that much of a thing in Phasmophobia, which is a big thing in Lethal Company. That's all about physics. You walk over a bridge.
It's not like Among Us, but I will still compare it to Among Us.
Yeah, since you mentioned that everybody has its things to do, yeah, that is kinda then like Among Us, yeah. But you play together. You're not playing against each other. That's the difference.
Yeah. You still have some assholes who will betray you.
Yeah, I mean you can still do stupid shit, but it's just funny. I saw a bunch of videos from the community manager from Devolver Digital playing with a few friends, and it's just so fucking funny. And you have shit, I always struggle with the word. You know when you have voice chat around you?
Aerial voice chat.
Yeah. And that's so funny because you do hear something somewhere, but not really. And I saw a video from different perspectives. So I saw one of them standing in a room, and she heard something from the right side. And then you saw one of those guys, and the way they run it's a bit like slapstick. And one person was running in front of the door to the left, already laughing crazy, and the other one was following also. Ah! And the other person was just standing in that room seeing that, oh, what the fuck is going on? And it was getting louder and louder the closer they came, and then it was getting lower and lower the further they went away. And it's so funny. And then you saw that from the other perspective as well, how they passed that room, and I think one of them looked to the side and saw them, and then ran further. It's just funny shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a game I'm interested. All right, outstanding visual style. Yeah, it looks great, but we talked about it before the awards. It looks great, but it doesn't do anything that is really that special. I mean, yeah, those robots. That's the only thing that's making a difference. The style of the robots.
Again, as I said, it's basically targeting late USSR aesthetics, but the problem is some parts of even of some parts of Russia still live in this kind of aesthetics.
Yeah, I know that from Hungary, Romania. Yeah, I know that.
So yeah,
but it's
it's kind of interesting to see Soviet retrofuturism, but at the same time, it's just I'm just sad because they didn't play with it like let's say in Space Odyssey or in the Alien.
Yeah, but the thing is,
all they added was just robots.
Yeah,
that's it.
The thing is, the graphics and the style of Atomic Heart is based on reality. So you can see things in there that either have been in reality already or could have been real based on a 50s, 60s style. But
I mentioned retrofuturism for a reason, and I even mentioned Space Odyssey and Alien for a reason.
But it doesn't do anything special. That's the thing
that's the thing. That's what I mentioned.
Yeah, it looks great, but it's not. Sure, in gaming, we might not have seen it in that quality, but it's nothing that we never saw. And from the finalists, we talked about it, and my opinion, High on Life has so many things that are just out of this world and crazy creative.
If we talk about finalists, then yes, High on Life. But if we talk about different games, I still think that Bolt Gun was better.
Yeah, but that's not in the list, so that doesn't count.
Yes, but it's not on the short list.
High on Life, if you show screenshots of High on Life in like 5 to 10 years, you will still say, "Whoa, yeah, that looks cool," or that's a weird, crazy style. Atomic Heart, yeah, it looks good, but it's nothing memorable. It doesn't have any memorable graphics to it.
Yes.
I mean,
it's not that memorable. It's toned down in colors, and the only crazy in quotation are robots. Oh yeah, and twins.
It looks really awesome. It's one of the best performing games on release. I was so shocked and surprised. Maxed out and 80 FPS easy, crazy, and that was on my 2070, not on my PC now. I didn't even try it on the PC now that I have, but it was already. I could play it on the highest quality already before on the 2070, and that blew my mind. When it comes to performance, I think Atomic Heart is one of the best performing games ever released.
Oh yeah, because developer is Russian, and developer was targeting PC mediana for PCs for Russian market.
Yeah, okay. Then you have to lower the maximum requirements.
Yes.
But it looks freaking awesome. So, and barely any frame drops really. So I was so positively shocked about the performance of that game. And you always have to keep in mind, that's their first game. It's an indie game from a small indie studio. They never released any game. That's their first game. And that's just That's epic. That's next level. Making a game like this, in that look, that quality, and that performance, and not even being related to a AAA company, that's...
Well, they got funding from Microsoft.
Yeah, with Game Pass and all that. But while they made the game and while they showed the videos years ago and stuff, they were indie studio. They just wanted to make a good looking game, and hell, they delivered.
Oh yeah, they did.
It's crazy. People didn't believe that this will be a game, and they thought it's all pre-rendered and everything. So that's really awesome. So when it comes to that, yeah, Atomic Heart might be in the history books, but not for its outstanding style. Yeah, it looks good, but that's about it. It looks good. But, yeah. All right, moving on. Oh, sorry, I just had to puke a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, most innovative. Moving on.
Yeah, that's just... This must have been the best coordinated troll vote of all times.
You know, I still don't believe that it's troll votes, because
Yeah.
if there would be troll votes, we already had a lot of videos who would point out forums when those trolls like, we should do it, and they, yes.
I don't know, but everybody, seriously, every single one, also web pages and whatnot, everybody's like, innovative? What's innovative? There's nothing innovative besides not being on one planet. That's the only difference to all their games. It's the least innovative game Bethesda ever released. By far. You don't even have the basic RPG functions that you get in basically every indie RPG game for 30 euros. So, and that's just, I mean...
And that shit costs 70.
That shit costs twice the money, exactly. And
yeah, moving on.
The patch they needed is still not out.
We're talking about Bethesda. Patch this game need will not be released until Skyrim 50th anniversary.
I mean, that game is... I mean, it's already dead. People... I don't know if many people care about the game anymore. I don't. And now I own it. And I really don't care for it.
You can tell how people care about the game basically by mods. There's a shit ton of mods about for Skyrim. I have no idea about mods for Starfield, but
There are some
I'm
mods.
going to use Thief, for example. First two Thief have good mods, have total conversion mods, and Thief 4 have 5 mods. That's it.
Yeah, but that also has to do with the engine used. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's true.
I just saw a speedrun for Thief, the Dark Age, I think with an updated version or something. That was really fun. That kind of motivated me to play the first and the second again, because those were really, really awesome stealth games.
Oh
Until this day, one of the best stealth games with the water arrows, the moss arrows, all that stuff. And it worked. I mean, it really worked, and it was in the 90s. So
I tried to play Thief 4.
well, I have to continue.
I was bored out of my mind after 2 hours.
Yeah, I played it for 3 or 4 hours. It was okay, but not really.
It's not okay. The more you play it, it's less and less okay.
You have to play it. You shouldn't think about any other Thief games, because, well, it's not named Thief 4 for a reason. And I think they wanted to reboot the series with that, and that kind of failed.
Yeah, and they killed the series right in the infant.
So, a new Thief remastered Unreal Engine? Oh my god, that would be fucking epic. literally.
Just give it to Night Dive.
Yeah. They might eventually pick it up, I guess. the revival of old and good games and franchises. And what happens when you give a license to a not so experienced studio can be seen with Kingpin Remaster.
315 pages of mods on Nexus for Starfield.
Yeah, but those are also not the official ones, because the mod tools, as far as I know, are part of the January patch, so... A new Descent.
I guess people used the same shit that they use with Skyrim. Oh, it just skins.
There are a few things related to the HUD and the menu when it comes to inventory management and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
But
it's just cosmetics. That's it.
I don't see that Starfield will still be played in 10 years like Skyrim.
We'll see. People might play it because it's the newest Bethesda game.
Yeah, sure, but that doesn't make it better. Just because something is new.
Skyrim is shit compared to Morrowind. It's better than Oblivion, but it's still shit.
I still didn't play enough. It pisses me off that I have the original vanilla version. I didn't get the DLCs because I wasn't interested in them. Therefore, I didn't get the $5 or whatever for the enhanced edition. And then those mother effers released the 10-year anniversary edition, which is another enhanced version. So they have 3 different Skyrims out there.
Yes.
So
and you still can buy mod DLCs for vanilla.
And that's one of the reasons that pisses me so off, why I didn't really get too much into the game. I think I played 20 hours or so.
I finished Skyrim. I still think that it's shit.
Yeah, I saw so many streams from a friend of mine who played it a lot. Same with Fallout 4. I never continued with Fallout 4 because, well, I know everything in the game, so it's kind of pointless to play it. Another game that's coming, I don't know the title, but there's a game coming from Obsidian. Another RPG from Obsidian. But
I'm sort of excited, but a bit worried.
Yeah, why?
Because of the Microsoft. Yes,
they don't. They
Outer Worlds was great, but still, that company mandatory DLCs, it's overpriced as hell. And as far as I know, there's not enough of content to justify it.
Outer Worlds? You can buy it as a complete edition now.
Yes, but I already bought original version, and if I want to buy DLC cheaper, I must buy complete pack, and it's still stupid, and I refuse to do that.
It still pisses me off that I missed the giveaway on Epic. That's the only game that I didn't get. It pisses me off so much. It was free in the Christmas giveaway in Epic. Pisses me off.
30 euros?
Uh-huh. That pisses me so off. Because I did play the original version back then, I think also through Game Pass or so. And it was okay. And for free with the full version, yeah, that would have been really nice. I would have rather played this than Starfield. But yeah. Fuck my life. I did not get it, so. And now I lost interest in the game completely because I'm not paying for that. If I get it for free again, okay. If not, I don't care. But yeah, that pissed me off so much. And I did see that it was for free, and I was too late. And so shit. Okay, anyway, back to the list.
Yeah, game you suck at.
Yeah, Sifu, definitely a game on my wishlist that I need to get at some point.
I'm against the Sifu as a winner because it was released last year. Well, not in 2023, but in 2022 on Epic.
That doesn't matter. When it was released on Epic. It counts when it was released on Steam.
Yeah, I'm still think that it's a bad choice. We had Life of P, we had Armored Core, and
Nah.
fuck it, Salt and Sacrifice we had.
Nah.
Sifu should not be even in the shortlist.
The Armored Core not in it, the other not in it. Nah. One game that shouldn't be in it is fucking FIFA. That shouldn't be in it.
Like Overwatch should be here.
Overwatch should also not be in it. Because then every shooter
Street
needs to be
Fighter
in
6 as well.
Yeah, well, Brawler kinda makes sense. If it's a Mortal Kombat or Tekken, those are skill-based games that you can suck in, yeah. But Overwatch, I mean, yeah, sure you can suck in it, but if you put one multiplayer shooter in it, you need to put all of them in it. Apex, Counter-Strike, all of them.
Yeah, specifically stuff like Counter-Strike and Let It Be Ready or Not. Because how trigger-happy AI is.
Yeah, Baron, everybody got that. Besides me. Seriously, literally everybody that I talked to got it for free. I'm the only one who missed it.
I didn't get it as well.
Yeah, you and Epic is a different story, but
yes.
me, all of the people, me who is the first who knows when a game is free, I missed it. Fuck my life. I think I played Avatar at the time for 12 hours or so. I don't know. I completely missed it. I did get the other bullshit. I mean, from all the games, that was definitely by far the best. The others, there were one or two okay games. Then a lot of games they already gave away. Destiny, bullshit DLC nobody cares for. And the best choice I missed. I will be pissed in a year from now still. If I don't get it for free until then, I will still be mad about that.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Epic.
I'm banned on Destiny, so I don't care.
Yeah, Avengers was out for more than one day. I think that was after Christmas. No, Avengers was free. Yeah, I have that.
That's Square Enix Avengers.
Not anymore. It's Eidos. Because Eidos and Square split apart.
Still bad game.
But that is a really good game. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, no.
Not Avengers. Guardians of the Galaxy, Baron. Not Avengers. Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, that's what I had the mix up. Avengers is shit. I don't think they gave that away. It was Guardians. And I'm happy about that. I mean, I did finish it in Game Pass, but it looks fucking insane on my end now with ray tracing and runs like a charm, so I might actually play it again and do some different stupid choices. Because it does have a few situations where you actually can do different things. Okay, so from those games in here, well, you told me that Lords of the Fallen isn't really a good game, but
Lords of the Fallen died on the release.
Yeah, a friend of mine played it as well, and he was also like, the idea with that other dimension, yeah, but nah.
Lords of the Fallen already flopped when they released it the first time. I have no idea what they expected with this one.
Well, built on what they had, and well, Lords of the Fallen, the original that came out, isn't a bad game.
It's bad. I played it. It's bad.
It depends on what standard, I guess.
I had to compare it with Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 2 is already a black sheep in Souls genre.
I mean, I can play Lords of the Fallen better than Dark Souls because the controls and the movement and everything is just way smoother.
No, it's just way easier.
But I don't know, I tried it a few times, but I cannot get into it. So I was hoping that when they release Lords of the Fallen as a new game, that might be better, but apparently I can skip that too. Yeah, I just cannot play Dark Souls. Dark Souls, the controls of Dark Souls are just shit. They would have been shit in the 90s, and they're still shit today. I don't get it. I don't get the praise for it. The controls are just horrendous. Seriously, it has one of the worst controls of all games, of all third-person games I've played in my life. And until today, I will never understand, and I don't understand why everybody's praising that game. For, the best RPG. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Elden Ring, it's what I'm missing in Dark Souls and what makes an RPG for me is conversations and conversation choices. How many conversations do you have in Dark Souls games? If you combine all of Dark Souls games, 1 to 3, you get maybe 1/10 of the conversations that you have in Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a fucking role-playing game. But Dark Souls, you choose your role and you can change your playstyle. That's not what makes an RPG for me, at least.
Well, if you combine all of the Dark Souls,
it's an action
you
RPG.
get a lot of story in it.
If you say it's an action RPG, okay. But they say it's an RPG. It's not an RPG. It's an action RPG. Okay, yeah, it's an action game with RPG elements. So, but it's not... You cannot put Dark Souls on the same level like a Gothic, for example, or a Witcher game. Those are RPGs.
Witcher? Oh yeah, you can definitely put it on the one step with the Witcher, even about the Witcher.
Dark Souls?
Yes.
Not really. How? How many NPCs are in Dark Souls 1? You can play for 2 or 3 hours until you meet the very first person that you can interact with, I think.
8 NPCs, if I remember correctly.
Ooh, 8 NPCs in a game that you can play for 50 hours or so. Yeah, that's not an RPG for me, sorry. But anyway, Sifu, I need to get it. That's a really hard game, and I know it's hardcore. A friend of mine who likes hard games says that's one of the hardest games he ever played. And it kind of motivates me to get it. And the controls are more fluid and more smooth. It's not like you play a game from the 90s. So, yeah, get Elden Ring, but get it if you have a lot of time. But Elden Ring is definitely one of the games. Yes, it's a hard game, but it's definitely easier to get into than any of the Dark Souls games. So yeah, Elden Ring is, if that's a type of game that you like or enjoy, it's a must-have. Oh, Lotar is counting the NPCs. That's a hard game, that's what she said. That's hard!
This DLC 25.
Huh? What? 25?
This DLC 25 NPCs in the first game.
Yeah, okay. Well, DLC doesn't count.
Okay, 17.
Anyway, still, you don't really have that many choices and stuff from what I know from the game. I didn't play it that much, but if I have to if I play a game for
Dialogue
hours,
choices, yeah, they kinda scarce.
yeah.
Not a lot of them.
And in Elden Ring, you have so many bad choices that you can do and kill quests or have a different outcome that you maybe didn't expect or something like that. You have that so often. Holy shit. So
From Software already started to add additional NPCs in the game. Well, NPC was found in the game files, but it's still not present in the game.
yeah, well, it's, DLC is planned for this year or so.
Yeah.
I still need to finish the fucking base game. Oh god, oh my god, all those games that are so huge. But now I finish Avatar first. I am not playing anything else until I'm done with that game 100%. It's just what I play at the moment. Oh god.
Oh yeah, and that merchant, I forgot about him. Oh yeah, that mouse lady, I also forgot about that. Dusk I remembered, Hawkeye I forgot about him. I remembered him, I remembered that. I remembered that, I remembered that guy. Forgot this one. Remembered him. I remembered this one but didn't count him. Gwendolyn I didn't count as an NPC, just as a boss.
Yeah, but you don't have deep conversations with all of them.
Oh yeah, you don't.
So just because there's an NPC who says, "Oh, I used to be a hunter, then I got an arrow to my knee," that's not a fucking part of. Yeah, it is, but it's not what I count as an NPC where you have a conversation with. You know, you have NPCs in every fucking shooter. You know, you have a shit ton of NPCs in Far Cry. Far Cry is not an RPG. You definitely have more and deeper conversations in Far Cry games. In some, at least.
In Dark Souls, they are more meaningful than in Far Cry.
Yeah, in the end, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Not in the end, all over the game.
Yeah, but still, it doesn't make Far Cry an RPG just because you have conversations with choices or something in it. That's what I mean. And that's the reason why, for me, Dark Souls will never be an RPG. It's an action RPG, yes. Action RPG, yes. But if the action is missing, you're completely wrong. Gothic, that's an RPG. Yes, you have fights in there, but the fights are relatively shit. So, if the RPG part is the bigger one, yeah, you can call it RPG. If the action part is a bigger part, then the action is more important than the RPG part. The RPG part is just, oh, you have skills and you have different classes or something. No. Anyway, hey Bob. Was is more meaningful?
No, he's not. Vas was basically thrown in the bin before the end of the game, so no.
At the end of the game? Did you play Far Cry 3?
In the middle of the game.
Yeah, but yeah, still.
So no, Vas not that meaningful.
Well, Vas is basically he's the boss of the game, so kinda.
Not really. He died in the hallucination trip.
Yeah, but still, he's the antagonist of the game, so he's the bad guy. Basically.
Not really. He was killed in the middle of the game.
You understand the part of the bad guy and the antagonist. It doesn't matter when he dies. If he dies at the beginning, but is the cult leader who created that bullshit, what they did, like fucking you on a trip and killing you.
Wasn't the leader. Leader was the suit that was manipulating Vas.
Yeah, okay, never mind. We're not talking about Far Cry.
That was just the face.
Yeah, but still, that's the one that you remember as the bad guy of Far Cry 3.
Yes, and if you remember him as the main bad guy of Far Cry 3, you didn't finish Far Cry 3.
It's not just an NPC you talk to. That's what I mean. it's one of the main guys. Never mind. Sifu, super hard game. I need to get it. Then we read. If the action is missing in Dark Souls, it's a boring game. Yeah, and that's an RPG. You can normally play in different ways. You have different choices. In Dark Souls, you can and need to kill your enemies. You cannot even get in the next area if you don't kill that boss.
True.
In an RPG, you either can pass them, you have a different choice, you can bribe somebody or whatever. There is always a different way to do it. That's what
Tell that to classic JRPGs, specifically to Dragon Quest. First Dragon Quest have infamous dialogue line. You love me? No, but you must.
Yeah, okay, but that's also like, what's 20 years old or something?
20? Oh, no.
25?
I think more than 30.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but you can, yeah, I mean, you cannot count those games anymore. I mean,
You still can.
yeah, but,
First game 1986.
yeah, I mean, that was a whole different era. You cannot even mention games from back then today anymore. Yeah, they put the base, what we use in certain games today, but still, I mean, nobody talks about Zork anymore.
And that's
Or-
kinda sad.
Or, Akala Beth, the pre-Ultima game. Nobody talks about that shit anymore, you know? But yeah, they were the basis for all what we have today. Like, Rogue. I mean, without Rogue back in the day in the 80s, with all the ASCII signs and all that bullshit, we wouldn't have the whole genre today. So, but yeah, anyway, moving on.
I think we can move on with best soundtrack because I still disagree with The Last of Us as the best soundtrack.
A lot disagree. I mean, the soundtrack, as far as I know, isn't bad, but
It isn't bad, but it's not the best.
Yeah, the thing is, the game came out 8 years ago or something like that on the PlayStation.
Even back then, it wasn't the best soundtrack.
Yeah, but now it doesn't. In that case, it's not like it came out in Epic last year and now it came on Steam. No, it came out like 8 years ago on a completely different system, so that shouldn't even have been in the list. I mean, seriously, why? Just because a game, nobody puts Portal 2 RTX on the list.
Or Quake 2 RTX.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So that doesn't really make sense to me. So the game that made the most sense to me personally was Hi-Fi Rush, because the whole game, original music made for the game, huge part of the gameplay, and just epic. And the 4 or 5 licensed songs that are in there are good, but you don't really need them. I listened to them after I was done with the game, basically, just to know what those songs were. And they were only ahead of a boss fight. So they're not even part of the regular game. You see them in a cutscene because a Prodigy song cannot be used in Hi-Fi Rush as a gameplay element. And they also had a classical song in it and a few other things. But they were all related to cutscenes, so doesn't really matter. Released in 20... Okay, I wasn't sure if it was already 10 years old. Yeah, it shouldn't be on that list at all. Yeah.
Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush definitely should have won this.
It won the Game Awards, so those are more important than Steam Awards.
Yeah, that's the more important, but Steam Awards was from the community. And this time was some kind of strange.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Alright, moving on. Yeah, again, Baldur's Gate. with the choices of games that we had, it's kind of weird.
With the choices of games that we had, yeah, maybe. But no. I think Persona 5 was released this year on PC. Oh, last year, I want to say that.
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to story, I'm not sure if a game where you have so many stories in it, like in Baldur's Gate.
Oh no, 2022. Oh, okay, I forgot that.
You do have your main story, but you have so much side quests and shit and stuff that it's not really just one story. So I think single player games might make more sense in that case. I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, Baldur's Gate is a single player game as well, but I don't know.
And again, I'm going to repeat myself.
More linear.
Baldur's Gate is just a set piece after the set piece after the set piece, and you must follow those set pieces. But sometimes game breaking those set pieces for you, and you basically should improvise, or you use by accident sequence break the quest, and the set pieces basically can't be finished.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
for me, it doesn't have best story. It's have average story at best, and it's winning only because of the spectacle.
Yeah, the thing is, I do like the story in Avatar, but I wouldn't put that in outstanding story-rich game award, for example. I didn't play Lies of P enough to judge the story, but it's based...
I can't judge the story of Lies of P. I can say that Resident Evil 4, despite this variation of story, is weaker than original story, but still, I would say that Resident Evil 4 was a good example. But I would also put Armored Core 6 after I learned a bit more about its story.
Yeah, I saw a speedrun. I watched it a little bit. I'm not sure if that's a game for me.
Oh yeah. Armored Core is basically like Dark Souls. It's not like Elden Ring, which is, as I continue say, a magnum opus from software for now.
Yeah, that's not it. It's more like there's so much going on the fucking screen.
Oh yeah, that's definitely can be overwhelming.
Oh my god, insane HUD and oh my god, seriously, that speedrun drove me nuts. Okay, speedrun is always a different story, but you still see the regular gameplay and stuff. And
you still need to know game mechanics to know how break the game.
And I saw basically the end of it, and holy shit! The cool thing about that speedrun was they had it was part of the science part of Games Done Quick, where games, well, they had some scientists there who talked about how real stuff in Armored Core would be, and would it be possible to have a huge satellite like that or a huge base like that? What needs to be done, and how realistic would it be? Like I said, I didn't watch it completely, just the last parts of it. But that was pretty interesting to hear a little bit of science background when it comes to, building stuff in space, or mechs like that, for example. Would you be able to survive maneuvers like that in a mech like this? So I have to watch the speedrun just to hear about stuff like that, because some maneuvers, I don't know, a human would not survive that. You have G-forces that would just basically implode your brain because blood would just go all in your head and to poof.
Well, you basically not a human in this game, but a human-like vessel that have a lot of military grade implants that making you function.
Okay. So yeah. So an augmented human, basically.
Yeah, and you basically playing this, fighting all those fights as a merc to earn a lot of money for your handler and buy off your freedom.
Okay, I see. I did put a troll vote in that category. Love is all around, mostly because it had nice looking women and I knew it wouldn't win. Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah, that's
I
Chinese one.
I still don't understand why and how and why. I don't get it.
I'm not even bothered to pirate it to figure out the story.
I don't fucking care. I'm as much interested in this as I'm in Hogwarts. So
I'm more interested in Hogwarts than in this.
Nah,
but it's a bit obvious. Shit.
I just don't get it. And it's also funny that you have this is all English and stuff. There's actually English in the game. Okay. But why don't the announcements all Chinese? I mean, come on, dudes.
Because they know their audience.
So weird. I don't get it. So I'm kind of surprised that didn't win because it got in there through votes or something. Why? And why is that the only obscure game in the whole fucking awards? There's not one other Chinese or Indonesian or whatever game. None. That's the only one. Why? How? How is that possible?
I have no idea. Even if all Chinese users of Steam would nominate it and would vote for it, it would win. But it's apparent that Chinese users didn't vote for this game.
Yeah, but I mean, they must have. Well, it must have ended up in there somehow. It was not Steam who said, "Oh, yeah, let's put that game in there because people know."
Yeah, that's sure. But I have again, I have no idea.
With all the games in here, it's I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense to have a visual novel or I don't know. It's kind of strange.
And
I have no idea why it was nominated, but it's like many games I played back then on my Japanese PS1. Yeah, I mean, those are games for the Eastern market. That's sure you have people who like them in the Western area too, but
I have whole category in my Steam library just for visual novels.
Yeah, but the main audience will always be Asia. Let's be honest. That's just I don't know. It's just an Asian thing. There are some genres that work over there, but they don't work too well outside of Japan or China.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, they have some really.
I would say that specifically because some Japanese games work only in Japan because they release as it is, and when they port it on the West, they censor to hell. We have several semi-decent game above average that was ruined by censorship.
Oh, there are several games that are censored in Japan. And not in the West. I know that too. So, but yeah, there are some. The thing is with games.
This time I'm talking about specifically Japanese games ported on the West.
Yeah, we had a streamcast about the topic fetish and stuff like that in Asia, and there's a huge market when it comes to hentai games and stuff like that.
Oh shit! That was how long? 4 years ago.
Yeah, 3, I think, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, we had some, and I think that will never change. I mean, you will still have a few people who like those games also here in the West, and they will have their fans, but the main audience will just not be outside of Asia. And one of the main reasons is also because they don't give a frick. They say, yeah, it's Japanese. What, you want English in it? Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
And it's strange. I saw also in GDQ, there was one game, I don't remember which one it was, but they changed it so much that they have two different categories for the Japanese and the US version. It's not like it's fast in Japan because the text is short and things like that when they play Zelda games as speedrun, for example. There was a whole lot of stuff changed, like I don't know, like movement and things like that. So they need to have two different categories because it's basically two different game versions. They made one for the US market or something and changed a few things. I don't remember what game it was and what they changed, but it's kind of weird because you barely hear that. Oftentimes, censorship has to do with either drug use, for example, in Australia, or sex use in the Western area. It's weird.
I'm going to mention one game. Well, I know what's happening in this game. I didn't play it. I think in English it's translated like Black Beast 2. So when it was released in Steam, game like 2 hours long. In original version, it's from 4 to 6 hours long.
Okay. Was it all a visual novel or what was it?
Yes, it's a visual novel.
So they basically took out the whole gameplay while people buy the game.
Yes,
So
they basically did it.
All the sex scenes and everything like that, all out.
Well, it's not like I'm really against having at least half of it censored, but sheesh, they basically cut out the reason why people played this game.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Japan and difficulty in games, but it also comes maybe because of some of the genres that are just mainly played over there, like the bullet hell games from Japan. You cannot compare to any of the Western ones. They're just next level insanity.
There is how should I? Well, there is well, basically, when Devil May Cry 3 was released in Japan, it was easier than when it was released in Western market, because when it was released in Western market, it was named Special Edition, and with Special Edition, it was like difficulty level that used to be hard became normal. So Devil May Cry 3 on the West was harder than on the East.
Yeah, but in general, it's normally like Japanese games are normally on another level when it comes to difficulty.
From specific developers, yes.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the rhythm games or something like that. Most rhythm games, all the crazy ones, all from Japan. There's not, I don't know, one Western crazy game. All the crazy games are from Japan. Same with bullet hell games. Bullet hell games, the most insanes are all from Japan.
Bullet hell games are a whole different genre.
Yeah, but still difficult. That's what we started, and I still don't know why. Why is it like that? That so many games are so hard in Japan. That's something.
Well, let's not forget that Bullet Hell started on arcade machines.
Yeah, true. But I mean, the first what was it called back then? The pre-Dark Souls game,
Kingsfield?
Kingsfield, yeah, super hardcore game. I mean, back then the hardest game ever made.
Yes, and also not ported to the West. At least half of the Kingsfield wasn't ported to the West.
Somebody got it in the West, and when it got out over there, it pushed the sales in Japan even more, because the reason why it was so hard was the reason why it actually became the hit.
That's basically the reason why Dark Souls 1 got its sales.
But first they didn't even want to release it in the West because of the difficulty. And I think somebody in the United States or something got its hands on it and was like, hey, awesome. I can make some use of the 10 controllers I bought in the wise in a wise moment, because I will kill a lot of controllers with this game.
Yeah.
I think there might have been some games responsible for a lot of controller sales. That would be interesting to know a statistic about that, maybe. If
Street Fighter for sure.
It would be really interesting to have a statistic about a game release and controller sales afterwards, so a month later or so. Like you said, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Kingsfield, Dark Souls.
Tekken for sure.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I know how many controllers I by accident they slipped on the floor. I never really destroyed one. The one that took the most hits is still working. It's an original white Xbox 360 first edition controller. Split open, no rubber on the sticks anymore, but that thing is running like a charm. It's awesome. But you have to excuse me for a moment. I need to get something to drink. I'm all out of drinks and I need to drink something. Be right back. Talk to the people.
Me?
Yeah, you. It's your show now. Wait, let me get back to the words. Here, sit back and relax. We'll be right back.
Yeah, and you left me with a game that I have no idea about. Well, yeah, sit back and relax. I'm still a bit pissed that a game that I wanted to have on this list, not on this list, but knowing about City Skylines 2, I'm quite surprised that they have City Skylines 2 in this list. Yes, it's relaxing, but like for 2 or 3 before you realize that you need to buy, expand your city, buy additional school, buy fire department, buy police department, and stuff like that. And as far as I know, City Skylines 2 is a lag fest.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I didn't know about that as well, but when I when I saw the video about badly optimized games of 2023, there was a mention of City Skylines. That lag was atrocious.
Oh yeah, Cities. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, Cities 2 is not a good release. I don't know. I read the review in the magazine. Nah, I think it would have been better to release another add-on for the original.
Ну вот, блин, очередной думает, что мы с тобой родственники.
my son or nephew. Nah, we are unrelated. Hi, DJ Beats, by the way. Let me read that. Final Fantasy Tactics was easier in English version than the Japanese one. It's freaking TRPG. You know, I played both versions on release. For the Atari 2600, I'm pretty sure Decathlon was a major factor in controller patches. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even back in the Commodore 64 times where you had those quick joys and I didn't kill that many actually. And I do have the Atari 2600 with summer games and a few other games. And I bought it basically new in the 90s. It was in a storage in a store and I paid $5 for it. 2 controllers, all original. And the original package. I have the original box. This is crazy. Broken few controllers was decadent back then. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, there was a special controller actually, a special joystick that was a bit smaller and it basically just had a small stick and 2 buttons. It was mainly for that. That was a good one. I don't have that anymore. I also don't have my quick joy anymore. Yeah, well, you could buy the good one that had metal in it. So, nah, I didn't really break a lot of my controllers. And I still have my 90s Microsoft Sidewinder gamepad. Alright, moving on. Yeah, cities, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure about Trains 4 and I don't see the game behind my head.
Coral Island. Coral Island is basically like Stardew Valley. Stuff like that.
Well, yeah, basically I voted for... I nominated the game like Stardew Valley, Sun Heaven, and I already explained why I nominated it and why I'm still pissed that game not in the shortlist during the previous stream. So
yeah, and
I don't want to discuss it.
I still don't understand why that game is also nowhere to be found. Not in the visual style and not in the sit back and relax. That was such a chill game, really an enjoyable experience. I had a lot of fun at that game. And you can really lean back and relax because there are so many accessibility options in it that you can literally tune down the controls so much that almost everything is automated. So you just need a stick. You don't have to push a button to hold on something. Nothing. You just have to basically look in the direction you want to go and go. That's it. So even somebody who is incapable of playing games for whatever reason can enjoy that game for a few hours. And you have a ton of awesome views. The sound is great. And it's not violent. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But Don't Not is on a good way to become one of my new favorite developers. They have a lot of cool games. There are coming a lot of cool games. So, yeah. Yeah, I just got Twin Mirror. That's a game I'm gonna play soonish. Yeah, well, so awards.
Not available in Russia.
You saw?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a Microsoft game. Maybe.
Oh,
well, not Microsoft, but it was in Game Pass, so.
It's not a Microsoft game. You don't see Microsoft in here.
Yeah, no, that's why I said it's not Microsoft, but it was in Game Pass, so it might be related to that version. I'm kind of doing fine.
Я разве говорю на немецком?
Did that answer? Did the Russian reply answer your question? No, that's my Siberian friend. We know each other for what? Like 8 years or so?
Well, I was in Digihome when it was just 3-digit group.
Yeah, then really, I joined in the 2-digit times. I joined when we were 37 or so.
I was basically invited by somebody. I don't know. I just got an invite. I got in and was like, sure, I like it.
Yeah, well then that was definitely me. In the beginning, I was going mad with invites. As soon as I saw somebody post something that I liked when a game was shit, and somebody posted like, "Hey, that game is shit." Yeah, hey, here, have an invite. You know quality. So yeah, the first around 700 people or so, they were basically hand invited by me.
I don't remember when I was invited, but I have slight suspicions that it was before 500, maybe before 300.
Yeah, that could well be. Yeah, mark March, because this year, 9 years already. Holy crap! Mello just posted about the 8-year sentence. So yeah, 9 years already. Holy shit! Definitely gonna plan something special for that, and maybe a bad game stream, a game ripping stream or something like that might be a good idea. And no digital homicide.
No, no. That horse already dead.
Yeah, not just that, but I said, nah, not again. Hey, I played them 15 hours. That's enough.
Yes. Здорово, товарищ.
Hey, comrade, English. All right.
But I refuse.
All right. I had a thought what to talk about as well, but I think we're when it comes to time, we're finally not that late. So
We still can spend half an hour or something like that.
yeah, because I have my magazine here and they have a game preview of what's coming this year and stuff, but it's like 15 pages or so that's for next time, I guess. Yeah, any game that you're looking forward to?
I'm looking for Persona 3, but after I saw the last trailer where they used star from Nickelodeon show, I'm getting already on the fence. I'm still think that I'm going to buy Persona 3 and not portable, reloaded. I'm still think that I'm going to buy Persona 3, but I'm going to talk about Persona 5 during the release of Persona 3.
I mean, 3 looks like I would expect it to look.
It look basically the same-ish to original. I spent too much time in the original.
Yeah, but
I
that's...
think I have 300 hours only in portable version.
Yeah, but that's... I mean, Persona has some kind of look to it. And I'm not a Persona player, but I know how it should look, or what I would expect it to look. And no offense, Tactics just doesn't look good. It looks like
I don't count Tactics as the release at all.
it looks like a kid's game.
It's not even a kid's game.
I know, that's the problem.
There was Persona Q who looked basically like this, but was released on Nintendo DS.
The thing is, with the theme and the topics of the game, it's not a child game, as like you said, but it looks, with all those chibi characters, I don't know, that doesn't fit.
There was Persona Q. Yes, there was Persona Q. It was fitting for Nintendo DS, and for what they wanted to do, it was more than fine. Specifically because it was on Nintendo DS.
Yeah, that's if the style is related to what the hardware is capable, yeah, totally fine. But in this time, I don't know, definitely wrong choice. For a different game, okay, but not in that case. It's a dark, gritty game, and then you have those chibi characters.
We have like Just Dance for Persona, 2 of them.
Your favorite game series is King's Bounty. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
I've heard
that.
about this series. And since King's Bounty 2 developed by Russians.
I think I even have it.
For me, Persona 3 Reloaded might go from possibly the best game of the year into worst game of the year if they won't include Fascinate.
About King's Bounty, I had a different game in mind.
There's basically 3 games before that, and original King's Bounty was way in the 80s.
Yeah, I know King's Bounty, but I had a different game with a similar name in my head. I did play, I think the second. Was the second or first one? I don't know. I did play one, but for some reason, I don't know.
Are you thinking about Heroes?
Nah. But I don't know why I didn't continue to play it. I don't know why I didn't play it.
Oh, I'm also kinda looking forward to Space Marine 2.
Space Marine 2, really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, it's in Focus Interactive. That's interesting.
Focus does a shit ton of stuff lately. It's crazy what Focus is releasing lately.
Yeah, and looks like Focus got a grip to Warhammer license.
Is that... What is this gonna be? Is that gonna be a third person shooter?
Yes, I guess it's going to be like Origin. Yeah, third person.
So like the other Space Marine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. That's interesting.
Basically a lot of spectacle and a lot of style. But this time we're fighting Tyranids.
Yeah. You know what I found out by accident, kinda? I went from the bakery to my parents or something a few weeks ago, and there used to be a vape store where you have those e-cigarettes and the vapes and stuff. And I walked past it, and I'm like, huh, looks so different. And was almost past it, and I'm like, wait a second. It's like a tabletop store now. They have Warhammer figurines in the window and stuff, and I was like, wow, awesome! And it was a Sunday, so obviously it wasn't open. So really cool. I didn't know that we have something like that. We used to have a store like that in town, but that's gone for a long time. So I guess I might go there and check out a few figurines, because I always wanted to do dioramas, no matter what, Warhammer or whatever. And they have a lot of stuff there, all those original workshop paints and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I definitely have to go there when the store is open.
I should remember to send you some link to some store.
Yeah,
They have
the thing about the figurines back then, I didn't know their purpose. So I didn't know they were used for gaming as well, because we played pen and paper, regular old school pen and paper, and we didn't really get into Warhammer or something like that. That took a while until we had that in Germany, and yeah, I guess I might have been too old already for that. I don't know. I didn't play pen and paper that long, and we played the Dark Eye, which is our German pen and paper. But they also had some nice PC games. Can you get them? Ah yeah, the Dark Eye, Chains of Satinov, for example. Although that was it the adventure one? Yeah, that was the adventure one. Don't they have the other one? Really? Okay. It used to be a pretty cool RPG. Dark Eye Universe bundle, or no? That was the Dark Eye, the first game on PC back then. Holy shit, that was a hard RPG. Wow. Turn-based fights. Oh my god. I died so much. This is crazy. About Warhammer figurines, I saw a cool video. Some dude built basically the body, so the torso and the legs, and he cut off the head and the arms, basically rounded it and filled it out, and now he has heads with magnets and arms with magnets, and he can just interchange heads, and you can have the Space Marine standing like this, that, whatever he wants to do. It's awesome. You have like 10 arms or so in just one main figure, and then you just put whatever you want on it. It's so awesome. That was the moment where I thought, oh, I want to make that too. And a week later I saw that store here. Yay.
I saw how somebody bought a plain Ultramarine model, but then remade it into Death Guard model. That was cool.
Those are the regular small ones, right?
No.
No?
Those are action figure one.
Oh. Cool. Yeah,
I guess you can look at the photos and see that they bigger than a regular one.
Yeah, you don't fully see that, but yeah, the way they are articulated is basically what that other guy did with the small figurines. Like holding the rifle like this and pistol like that. Oh yeah, you're not in focus anymore. I cannot check out stuff on the browser on my stream PC, otherwise I'd black you out.
Could I send it to
Yeah, I see.
to Steam?
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I can open it here, so people know what we're talking about. Actually, that's it. There we go. So 23 euros for 4 of those figurines? Or per piece? Oh, 2 pieces. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it says 4 pieces per package, basically. So
yeah, you can buy either of them separately or 4 of them at once.
And then they have the more sophisticated ones. Cool. I really like the universe and all the style of those armors and everything. but I know nothing about the lore.
I sent the picture that when you can see size of the figure more or less.
Yeah, okay, that's okay, yeah. When you said action figure, that's the size that I would have expected. Oh, they're even bigger than Star Wars figures. Yeah, okay, that's a pretty nice size. A bit bigger than G.I. Joe figurines. And they look pretty good, actually. Huh, nice. It's bad that the only game I'm really waiting for is remake of Suikoden 1 and 2. No idea when that will come. What other games I will see when it comes. Suikoden? Oh my god, that's also old. That's an old series. What was that? Was that Super Nintendo? Damn, that's good. I'm going to battle you with figurines. Yeah. Wait. I just bought a figurine. Funny enough, normally $10 or so, and I wanted to buy a cable. Cable was too expensive, and I saw those figurines for $2, and I was like, "Yeah, I take that."
Well, I showed stuff that I built on the last stream, so I have something to fight with.
Sorry, you had what?
I said that I have showed what I built on the last stream, so I have something to fight with.
Wait. I will send that link to my brother. He plays the Warhammer tabletop and build all his figurines. Oh, okay. Then he has the Goliath Space Marine. I have one pocketbook size on Warhammer 40,000 called the Horus Heresy. I know that actually. I know that name.
Yeah, because Horus Heresy is like a big event in Warhammer universe.
Yeah, it was part in one of the games, right?
No.
I think
in neither of them.
You sure?
Yes.
Where is
there was a mobile game based on Horus Heresy.
Yeah, I don't pay.
But not a big game.
Well, I do know the Horus Heresy. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to say it that easily. And I just know the games. I don't know anything else from it. So, a few figurines. But when I tried the tabletop game, I was confused as hell. So many rules. Yeah, I tried once and said nope. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm more into the dioramas and making it look realistic, even though it's small. But yeah, playing with them, I also don't fully get the concept behind it. But yeah, what I bought is the King of Hearts from Watch Dogs Legions. A game I don't even own, but yeah. Painted figurine, normally $10, limited. I have one open. Oh. Wow, seriously? Nvidia? Wow.
Yes, your green screen cutting off your hand as well.
Wow. No, it's not cutting. No, that's the funny part. It keeps me and my body in here, but the figurine is gone. Same with the arm of my monitor arm, my mic arm. As long as my hand is here, you can see the arm. When I take away my hand, okay, that's a bit too much white, but normally it takes it away fully. Takes a moment. See? Nvidia, that broadcast is insane. Anyway, yeah, one figurine to have on my shelf over there and another one maybe to sell. Just like the shiny armor. Wait, what? I just like the shiny armor. I with you, I know nothing. Wait, what?
He's basically don't know a lot about universe.
Yeah, me neither. They look cool. That's it.
Again, Rogue Trader. It have a lot of notes to explain what's happening and whatnot.
Hey, I just learned in a video what a space marine actually is. I personally thought a space marine is just a dude who is just, like Arnold and in huge armor. Nope.
Look for what is Space Marine Primaris.
Yeah, I saw a video of somebody, I don't know, like fantasizing how to build together the perfect space marine or something, and that was the last stages where they put in a few of those organs and this and that mechanized organ, and I was like, wait a second, what the fuck? So a space marine is basically like a Borg, a mix.
Not really. Space Marine is basically like a genetically modified mutant.
Yeah, but
candidates going through a lot of physical training, physical transformations, and before that you have to pick one out of the several out of the 100. And even out of those several who you picked will survive till scouts only like 10 or even lower. And out of those 10 will survive 1 or 3.
Yeah, but the thing, what I wanted to get to, a space marine without the armor is not a thing. A space marine is a combination between the armor and what other living shit is in that armor. You cannot take away the armor of a space marine without to kill him, right? It's basically like a turtle.
They going through a lot of mutations, so by the end of they still humans, but space marines ain't humans. Space marine is Astartes.
Yeah, because one of the last things, they get implanted something like a slug or something.
Gene seed.
Yeah, something like that, and that is doing one thing. It's basically, a human sweats and a space marine is covered in mucus. Basically, it's like spit, so they can survive the heat and the cold in space. It was a really awesome video with schematics and everything, so that's why I know if you take away the armor of a space marine, it's over. It's basically, the space marine is like the skin that we have. But with all the mucus and everything.
Space wolves still have like gladiatorial fights between each other.
What's everyone's favorite faction Warhammer 40k? Mine's K, Space Marines. I thought they were genetically enhanced.
Imperial Guard.
As long as the Space Marine eats donuts all day. Yeah, Chaos Space Marines. Yeah, that does ring a bell. You know those guys that I like. We talked about it.
I'm not sure, but go ahead. I might remember.
Those more Psy-like dudes. Without the armor, they look more like they're a bit more slim and fuck.
Space elves.
Was it the space elves?
Well, when it comes to psychics, there's elders.
Maybe.
Eldari.
I have no idea. I just go by looks, so I don't know. I should maybe read up on that. Can you have pictures? Oh my god.
Give me a second.
No, I'm on a page where I thought that I can see pictures. Now I have a list of 36 different factions of Warhammer. I didn't even fucking know that there are 36. 34 armies. The fuck.
And a lot of them related only to Imperium of Men, like Mechanicals, Imperial Guards, Space Marines, Sisters of Battle, Grey Knights.
Elder, yeah, Elder. That could be. Yeah, that gets pretty close. Yeah, I think that's pretty much. Not a lot of armor, a bit squishy, but badass. Is he really in the room with you? Yeah, sure. He's sitting right next to me. I have to. I want to do something. I'm not done with it yet, but eventually stuff like that will work. Because right now, well, my green screen ends here, but it wouldn't have to end here, so I could theoretically get my hand over to Lotar. But no, what I'm working on is a
Elder
new...
gave a birth to one of the Chaos Gods.
Huh? What?
Elder gave a birth to one of the Chaos Gods.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, they basically drank, fucked, and used a lot of drugs, so they gave a birth to Slanesh.
Okay. sounds like my faction. The party faction. Yeah, so the plan is to have a different desk here and no mics here anymore and sitting on each side and stuff and being able to use 3D objects that you can throw on our heads. And they're supposed to bounce off us now in the future. But I'm not done with that yet. That will still take a little bit. But yeah, that's
work in progress.
Work in progress and plans for the future. I still need to exchange my RAM in my game PC. Didn't do that yet because they're like, takes about 10 days to test it. And I'm like, yeah, but I have the test already. I know they're broken. I can show you the test and you give me the new RAM and test the other RAM when you have time. And they're like, that's not how it works. And I'm like, yeah, but I need that thing. So maybe they might do an exception because, well, since I have IT background and I already did all the tests, they were like, yeah, okay, maybe, send the test, explain the reason and everything and stuff. And, I will tell them what I work for and, maybe they understand that I cannot, not work for 2 weeks. So, because they basically need to send me the same RAM again for free, and I send my broken RAM back to them. So, they kinda have like 150 euros out in the open on minus on their end. So I do understand them, but I need the RAM. So, and when that's done, I'm gonna reinstall my game PC, also the stream PC, and then I'm gonna work on that stuff. So yeah. Yeah, Space Marine. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. I do a lot lately for Focus Entertainment, so maybe I get that key too. September.
Well, shit.
September release. Huh. I have more hopes for this game to come out in September. For Stalker,
Yeah, Stalker will be delayed again.
I guess so. No price yet, but that will also be 70 euros.
I hope it will be 60.
Nah, what was the other game that I saw earlier? I had it here. Persona 3, 70 euros.
Yes, Persona 3 is Sega, but this one is Focus.
Yeah, okay. That's true. What was the... yeah, that's the game that... yeah, that's the game. I hope that I will be chosen, because I might be able to get another paid stream on Steam for this game. That would be awesome. because, well, I have it wishlisted, so what's better than getting a game for free that you want to have anyway and even get paid to play it? I love those streams. It's just awesome. So yeah, that's another game from Focus. So yeah. Sandrock is also published by that. What else? Chance of Senna, which was also in the awards. Atlas Fallen. Do you know anything about Atlas Fallen?
Not sure.
Because that's also a pretty interesting game. But it goes in the well, it's kind of Souls-like as well. Better reviews than Lords of the Fallen, but less reviews. It's cheaper. Yeah, that's $40 without sale. Okay, then yeah, you might be right with Focus with the prices. Yeah, $40 is the maximum price you can see. Nah, okay, Atomic Heart is 60. That's also Focus. Okay. Yeah, then it might be 60 since Atomic Heart is 60. A lot of studios will adapt to those prices, I think. Some might
So
not.
70. I still hope that they will abandon this price for PC.
Yeah, but they might go 50. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, Focus not
Yeah.
stuff like Sony or Activision Blizzard.
Yeah,
they don't need that big of the price tag.
They will go 50 because the first game that they release this year will be Banishers, and that's $50. So $50 is their new $40. Still cheaper than the others, and yeah, that's the other game that's from Don't Not. So they have interesting games out too. So, but yeah, Focus. Pretty interesting games, and a lot of really good games there as well. Oh. Some meh games, but a lot of really good games.
So far, I think I bought several games from them from the last year, and I was really surprised. But yeah, Hired Gun still broken. I had to refine it because game refused to load end of the level script for the second level.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It basically refused to do that for the first level, but after me jumping around for 3 minutes, it loaded the next level. But on the second level, I spent like 10 minutes and in the ending area, and had to reload the last checkpoints like 2 or 3 times. But I still could not load in the new map.
Strange. You know what's kind of interesting? I mean, right out of the top of my head, I didn't had Warhammer in my mind with Hired Gun, but maybe with that many Warhammer games, it might maybe be a good idea to bring a Warhammer game that actually explains the Warhammer fucking universe. Because it looks great and everything, but well, I would play it as a shooter, knowing.
You know what's the problem with explaining it as a universe? Games Workshop right now they only finishing Horus Heresy, and they basically rebuilding some part of the canon to fit stuff that's going to be canon from now.
Yeah,
canon from now on. So yeah, origin of Warhammer 40,000 right now in rebuilding.
Okay. Because that's the one thing you have a lot of games in that universe, and they're all I don't know, Hired Gun looks way different than Space Marine.
Well, yeah, because you're basically playing as a mercenary in one Hive City. You're not living Hive City.
Yeah, that's what you know when you know a little bit about Warhammer. But if you don't know anything about Warhammer, it's kind of confusing, I guess. For those who don't know about Warhammer, you see this game, and then you see Vermintide, then you see Space Marine, all the same universe. 3 completely different games.
No, Vermintide is a different universe. It's Warhammer Fantasy Battles.
Still, Warhammer universe. That's what I mean.
No, it's different Warhammer universe. There is Warhammer Fantasy Battle universe, and there is Warhammer 40k universe.
Okay. Yeah, see, but that's already a problem. See, I thought it's the same.
It's basically like Warcraft and Starcraft.
Yeah, but still, too many factions. I don't know. It would be, or maybe a movie might be. Is there a movie actually for Warhammer?
There is, as far as I know, in making adaptation of a Inquisitor series about Eisenhorn.
Because that would be cool, because it's an interesting universe, but
oh yeah, Inquisition also a separate faction.
Yeah, I know. But that's the next thing, you know? It's just it's a bit similar to me, like I would be interested in Doctor Who. But with what do you start? There are like 14, 15 different doctors at this point. It started somewhere in the 50s or so.
Yes, but basically they restarted the series in 2006, I guess, with the new Doctor, because there was a gap between the last series and this one. Yeah, they already revived Doctor Who.
Okay, yeah, then that might be easier to get into, but it's a bit similar, you know. So,
oh no, Warhammer is much more complicated than Doctor Who.
Yeah, I know, but you cannot just take a Doctor Who season now without knowing some of the past. That's what I mean. It's nothing you can just start with. It's like, yeah, well, you need too much background to still get the whole picture, I guess. Let me read here. Would love it if games were 70. You have to add the CAD in front of the dollar, because $70 Canadian, then we understand why you would love that price, because I know that $70 US is like 80, 90 euros Canadian. So that's the difference. Keep that in mind. The same if that would be Australian dollar. That's they're as fucked as Canada when it comes to game prices.
Yeah, I completely agree with Repo Bob. You can start with 2005 and drop after that Doctor with bow tie left.
I have to pay an extra 15 on sales tax to those. Well, it's 19% in Germany, so 15, cute.
We pay 20.
Yeah, in the EU we have 19 to 21, so it's not yet fully the same everywhere. And for food and drinks, it's lower. It's 7%, I think.
Yeah, for us it's flat 20 for everything.
But here for us, those extra percent are already in the prices that we see. So when I see $9.99, that's what I pay. It's not like when I was in California, I was in a store and I was like, oh, that's super cheap. Wait, that's super cheap. And then at the checkout, it's cheap because it's netto without any taxes. When you pay, then the tax comes on top. It's still cheaper than here, but that's not how it works in Germany.
That's a dickish move.
Yeah, well, if you know it, it's okay. I mean, here, if you're if you have a company or if you're self-employed, you can buy in stores where you cannot go as a private person, because I don't know, you can buy those big packages of toilet paper and I don't know,
Basically,
10.
you can buy as wholesale.
Yeah, and you can just get bigger packages, normally meant for restaurants and stuff like that. And that's also the 7 or 19%, depending on what it is, gets added at the end. So you see the price netto, and then you have to think, oh, wait, that's the 7%, that's for 19%, and it's so fucked. Still cheaper than buying normally, but when you go through the store, you're like, wow, awesome prices. And then, oh, wait, it's not just 100, it's almost 120. Oh, okay, yeah, not that cheap anymore. So, yeah, I hate that. I want to see what I have to pay. Tell me what I have to pay. Not, and this fee and that fee. That's what I hate so much in online stores. If you pay with PayPal, you have a PayPal fee. If you pay like that, you have another fee and that fee and that. Fuck you! Put a price there, you idiot. Doctor Who, you can start with yeah, Doctor Who, I know enough to be able to talk or to know what the TARDIS is, that the TARDIS is bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside. Shit like that I do know, and the Dalek and all that stuff, so I do know enough to be able to be not left out of a conversation maybe, or look like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the Doctor, yeah, TARDIS is awesome. So, yeah.
Well, it's basically the same with Warhammer. You should either scream for the Emperor or something like Blood for the Blood God.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that. 15% sales tax when I'm already paying between 40 and 42% income tax and property tax and school tax. Yeah, but you don't pay that when you buy stuff. You don't pay income tax when you buy items. Hey, I live in a country with the highest taxes on the planet, with more tax laws in our country than the whole world combined. Trust me, I know you all have it better than I have it. I mean, okay, now I'm self-employed and I have a certain amount that I can make per year without needing to pay taxes. I don't get rich that way, but the government doesn't get anything from me. I don't make enough to pay taxes. I make enough to have a good life and be able to buy a PC for almost 2,000 euros. But the amount of tax that I pay, nah. Otherwise, if I would be employed, I would be paying around 45% or so. And fuck that shit. I'm not going to work for 40 hours and 18 or 19 hours is just working for the fucking state and the government. Yeah, no, fuck that shit. Nah, Nah, we're so screwed in Germany with everything when it comes to taxes. If my parents want to gift me a car, for example, you have to be careful so I don't have to pay the taxes for the car. Or, if somebody owns a house and everything is paid off, if that person dies and gives the house to the next relative or somebody, they have to pay to get the house. They have to pay tax for that. That's fucking stealing, because the person who died paid their whole fucking life. That thing is paid more than once. There is nothing that the state could ever ask for. That's just, if I do that with a client, I get to jail for fraud. So
government can rob you legally, so
yeah,
that's why it's not illegal.
yeah, that total bullshit. But the cool thing is, when I die, there are not that many family members that get anything from me, so I never thought I would write text so many times today. Do a text another text? Here thus the province, the text is calculated after the federal one. Yeah, you have texts like crazy. Seriously. We have so many textbooks. I think if you would take just the text related books that we have in Germany since the 60s or so, you could easily go from here to the moon. Easily. One edition each. It's insane. We have hundreds of tax laws, and some are from the 19th century, where I'm like, dude, they didn't even have the money that we have today. What the fuck? Why do we have laws from that? And the tax chick was like, oh, that's just like it is. What? Yeah, but why? Well, it's been like that for 100 years. We just continue to do. Fuck you! Seriously. We pay 36.97 when we work. Yeah, but I also guess it depends on if you're married or not. Because if you're married, you pay less, which is also fucked up. I'm single. Why do I have to pay more than two people who live together? They make more money together than I make. So, being single is, when it comes to anything but life, it's shit.
Bob, government know where money is going. They know they just don't care. What you're asking for is basically a different form of government, and not the current one.
They do know how to manage money. That's the reason why we don't have it.
Yes.
They know exactly how to manage it. I mean, we're paying the millions of income for bank manager and all that shit. I mean, yeah, they can do that. That's the reason why they're the bank and we're not. And yeah. And the rich get richer because for some reason they don't pay as much tax as we do. Which is also fucked. I mean, the more you make, the more you have to pay. That's normally...
We have flat tax system, so rich pay exactly the same income tax as we do. They didn't tax more.
No, the more you make, the less you pay. Because the more you make, the more you can steer away from tax, you know? If I would make $1 million...
Okay, offshores, I get it.
Offshore, cars, offices, and whatnot. If I would...
Baron, we basically would finish soon enough.
For example, I could put my PC in my tax report. I could buy a PC once a year and put it 100% in my tax report. Because I need a PC to work. Without a PC, I cannot do my job. But since I'm kinda at the limit of what I can make, it doesn't matter that I bought that PC. So, but I know that I don't really have to pay a lot of tax, so I know that I will not be able to buy a new car or shit like that. But hey, I'm healthy, I have enough money to have a good life, I don't need to get rich. The apartment I live in is mine, so yeah, nah. As long as I can survive, I'm living at the limit. I don't care. I don't want to give the government anything. And I'm almost debt free with almost 50, so that's pretty awesome. Let's see. And yeah, buying a house and all that, yeah, tax over tax, the same bullshit here. put a pizza in the oven.
Compared to the start of the stream, we ending on a heavy topic.
That's the reason why I put an exclamation mark in the title, because no idea where it where it will go. But yeah, we covered at least the awards fully now. Finally. And talked about some other shit. I mean, that's the fun in our streamcasts. We start with one thing and it's just... Do you remember the times where we actually had a script and we actually went after that script?
Yes, at the start.
The first 10 or so were like scripted,
Yes.
and and let's plan and the times and stuff.
And then it was like just screw it.
But I think that was we started at a time where you guys were still changing summer and winter time, right?
No,
Were
we
you
already
done?
didn't change at the time.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, I think. Let's see. What? What just happened? What happened now?
We basically have to look for a cooking stream at the start, at the next ones.
Let's make it into a cooking show. Hey, you know, the thing is, I would like to do some cooking stream, because that would kind of force me to actually cook in my kitchen. But nah. I know already, if I would put my setup over there to do a cooking stream, my setup
would be left there.
Yeah, it would stay in the kitchen for a few weeks, and every day I would be like, today I really have to get back to my desk. And then I would start my PC, just do something really quick, and hours later I would still be playing in my fucking kitchen. So fuck no. I saw a cool video about obscure shows that were that are public domain in some areas. Like, I don't know if that was possible here, but I've seen a few shows from the BBC where people could actually use their setup or whatever and put that in the TV stream, basically. And there have been so weird shows, and one cooking show was super weird. It basically, well, they wanted to cook and they did cook, but it was more party than cooking show. At the end, they were on their freaking on the roof, on a flat roof, on a skyscraper or something, and had a barbecue roof party basically on TV. Drinking and whatnot on the freaking roof. No fence or anything. No, people could have fallen just down or anything. Yeah, try showing that on TV today. Yeah, safety first. No. Move the kitchen.
We should finish before another great idea will appear in the chat.
Yeah. Move the kitchen to the PC. Well, the thing is, the kitchen is kind of part of my living room, but it's all over there. I hate myself. I want cake now. Why? The cake is a lie. Don't you know that? The cake is a lie. It's all good. There is no cake.
Yeah, all cakes in the world are a lie.
Yeah, they're all not real.
Cake is a government construct construct, man.
Yeah, it's getting late for you.
Yes.
I think I'm just gonna continue to stream, actually. True, they don't exist after I eat them. Oh, really? Oh, that's how it works. Ah. Well, wait. No, I'm not logged. Well, the cake might be a lie, but pi is true. Ha 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 ha! Okay. Sorry.
No, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, no sorry. Oh, that's so weird. My headset is plugged into my case directly in front. So as soon as I go like this, I'm pulling my head. It's so weird. So strange. And yeah, I figured out how I did it the last time. I'm not using my game PC for Discord or anything at all, so. But I wasn't sure how I attached my headset to my PC.
Mm.
I think I might remember it for the next time. So
Yeah, let's hope so.
next. I think we need to make the next one 49.5 or something. Because
magazine.
in March is the birthday of the group, and we are doing it since 5 years, and then we would have episode 50. Well, it's not really 50 because we had 0.1 and whatnot, so I think we are around 55 or so actually.
Yeah, we had 2 parters.
But yeah, so not sure, since we are at the end of January basically, and February is a bit shorter.
Just for a good number, we will make next one 49.5.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, something like that. Well, okay, I cannot switch over because if I switch my scene, you're gone. So, now is your time.
What a shame.
Favorite last words.
Fuck Epic.
Alright, thanks Lothar for hanging out, as always.
Yeah, thanks for having.
For 5 years and over 50 episodes already. Crazy. At the beginning, we thought we'd do a few shows.
Yeah, I was like, maybe we can make at least 8 or something like that, and now we're here.
We're still doing it. Crazy. Alright, I'm gonna switch to the break.
Bye, everyone.
Alright. Alright, Lothar, you have a good night.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.